Hello, 'tis I again, Steve Gibson from the LaGrange Church of Christ, and I am once again out of the pulpit. Insert impressive graphic here. Anyway, every week I try to bring something to you that is on my heart, that I think might be of use to you. And in order to do that today, I'm going to have to talk about some of my better points and some of my less great points. I think I'm a pretty good counselor, and I think those who've had me as a counselor would say the same for the most part. I can't help everyone, obviously. It's not always a match made in heaven. And so one of the good things about me as a counselor is my determination. I really care about my clients, and I want their lives to get better. But like most things that are good about or bad about us, they tend to just be the flip side of the opposite. The fact that I'm so determined sometimes makes it to where when I need to let off the gas a little, I just want to try to achieve more. And my family has had the pleasure, I guess, of having me as a dad for the most part, but has also had to deal with my tendency to always want them to do better and want me to do better. And, that's not healthy all the time. And so striking a balance between pushing people to achieve their best and to do better has to be weighed against the ability of people to actually change. We can't, I didn't, and certainly I'm not perfect either, am I? Except looks-wise. Feeling cute today. I'm just kidding, I'm not. So we came to our imperfections over time, and naturally it takes time for us to change. And so when I lose patience with my family, I sometimes need to step back and tell them how proud I am of them. And sometimes when I lose patience with me, I have to stop back and say how proud I am of me. And so I've got a July 4th message for everyone today to let off the gas a little bit on yourselves and on everything. I think we've dealt with disappointment and outrage so much over the last few months that, I'm afraid that it's not good for the mental health of all of us. And while I wish things were completely different today than they are, that's just not where things are. And I'm worried that we're going to fatigue everyone and get the opposite reaction. I worry about the mental health of our country because while there are things that we definitely need to change, I don't want to go so far overboard the other direction like I normally do and forget to say thank you for all the things that have changed. I have been very upset in the past about injustice. I don't like injustice too well. I don't like for people to be bullied just because they're not as well connected or whatever. And I hate separating God's people. All of us have been made in God's image, and saying one person is better than another because of the amount of melanin in their epidermis is not just ridiculous, it is evil. And I don't have a lot of patience for that, but I'm going to try to just say thank you to everybody, because I think we all need to be appreciated. Go back and watch my video. Maybe I'll put a card up right here. Boom! For a video where you should appreciate the people in your life. So what I'm going to say today is, you know what? Even though there are things wrong in this world, everybody I know, most of the people I know, I don't want to say everybody, most of the people I know are pretty good people who are trying to do their best. And so for all of you trying to do your best, thank you. Thank you for watching this message. Thank you for trying to live a godly life. And since it's the 4th of July, I'm going to say thank you, America, because it wasn't that long ago that we elected an African American president. Twice. And that was I remember, obviously, where I was and what I was doing. And that was an exciting day. And as much as things aren't the way I would want them to be today, I'm grateful that we're not where we used to be. And I love this country. I'm thankful to be here. I think it's the greatest country in the world. But then again, I was born here and I've not been to that many other countries. But I love the United States. I'm thankful to God that I get to live here. Again, it's pretty good to be me, and that's because of what God has brought me. And one of the things God has brought me was to let me live in a place called the United States of America, which has been working out pretty well for me. There's not somewhere else I'd like to live. So let's have on July 4th, and you're probably watching this after July 4th, and you can still do it, just have a day of thankfulness that we live where we live. And all the things, all the yes buts that I would normally throw out there, I'm not going to throw out there today. I'm just going to say thank you for all the things that are true. And I'm going to do what I can about all the yes buts. But I am going to be thankful for everything God has done up to this point. And again, we can't just beat down on ourselves and beat down on each other. Sometimes we have to say, good boy. Again, my dog, I think about, she's a really good dog. She makes some pretty dumb mistakes. She's been skunked a few times. Just last week, she decided at 2 a.m. to escape her bonds and go roll around in water filled with horse poo, and then try to come back in the house. It was not a good 2 o'clock in the morning, and it wasn't a good day the next day. But for the most part, she's a pretty good dog. So if I don't mostly tell her, you're such a good girl, you are, you're such a good girl, and instead I say things more like, get out of here, you dumb dog, we don't want you. We don't want you. You're bad. You're bad. Get away. Get away. Go. Go. I mean it. Get out of here, you dumb dog. You dumb dog. You're so bad. She's going to get confused. And of course, having worked with children as much as I have, I know that you do need to call attention to children's bad behavior. But equally, and actually not equally, you have to more so tell those kids, you know what? You're a good kid. Because the more you call a kid a bad kid, the more you call a dog a bad dog, the more that's going to be a bad dog. The more that kid's going to be a bad kid. They're going to live up to your expectations. So be with me as we try to strike a balance between pretending like everything's fine, which is not healthy, and doing nothing but beating down. Let's try to meet somewhere in the middle. So find people in your world, again, that you think have done a great job, or even those you think haven't done a great job. Everybody needs an attaboy now and then. I need to be scratched behind the ears. every now and then as well. So scratch someone behind the ears, tell them they're a good boy or a good girl, but don't do it like on your hands. Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? No, that's insulting, and that will have the opposite effect. But be thankful this July 4th. Have a good time, if nothing else, because I think we need a good time. And then we can go back to our counseling sessions where we try to fix things. So have a great 4th of July. And of course, you're watching this after 4th of July. Have a great week. And remember all the things God has blessed you with. And be sure to like, share, and subscribe, which is something everybody that puts something on Facebook or YouTube says, but it really does help. If you like this message, the only way Facebook or YouTube are going to know that is if you share it, if you comment, if you get a thumbs up, or preferably all three of those things. Those are things that can help this ministry so that more people can know about Jesus, can know about the LaGrange Church of Christ, and it's a way we can help spread the word. So thank you for watching. If you're still at this point, you're part of the holy 50%. Okay, not holy. You're part of the 50% that watches the video the whole way through, and I appreciate that. And so again, we won't be seeing you this Sunday because we're on lockdown for a while longer, but I will see you online, and I will catch you next week where I will once again be out of the pulpit. Impressive graphic.